Welcome everybody. Welcome to my year-end series for 2016. Every year I do various multiple game awards, and I also talk about the channel, and I talk about what's coming, and I talk about my game of the year and best, VR game and best shooter game, best mobile game, and a lot of other things. This year is no different. And this is a segment that a lot of people love. And it is my most anticipated games for 2017. Now, please note, I keep track on a notepad, a digital notepad, all through the year. I use a program called Evernote, and I jot games down as they're being announced and released. So I have tons and tons and tons of games written down. And it would take hours to go through all of them. So I'm just going to go through the most anticipated ones out of all the games that are coming out next year that we know of course. Now, you can't count for delays and what games aren't going to come out. I'm sure there's going to be a majority of them that don't. You know how delays work. Look how many games got delayed this year and the year before. So that's just a thing that we can't really predict. But as of now, what we know that's coming out next year, I'm going to cycle through a lot of these and just talk about ones that I'm really pumped for. Alright? Let's start it off with Ghost Recon Wildlands. That game looks absolutely stunning. That game looks really interesting. I got to be honest, I wasn't really that interested, and then the more I seen it during E3, and the more that leaked footage came out and information about the game, it definitely got more higher on my radar. I'm actually really looking forward to it now, and it'll be a day one buy too. Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm not even going to go into it. Enough said. I mean, my God, if that's not going to be one of the biggest games next year, I don't know what is. One of them at least. I'm going to be honest with you guys, and I know I said this is cliche, and I know I say this every year, but I can't not mention it. Next year, 2017, looks like a monster beast of games. Even if most of these games come out, it's still going to be a jam-packed year. We have some serious heavy hitters coming out next year. You're going to know that by the end of this list. Sea of Thieves on the Xbox One. That game looks really interesting. I'm definitely looking forward to that one. Mass Effect 4 Andromeda. No brainer. Same with Red Dead. I mean, come on. Wow. Another game that I've been watching more and more footage from, and it's like every time I see it, it's just my head wants to explode. Like, how come it can't be 2017 right now? And that's definitely one of those games that you get a game and you're so pumped about it, and then it's like it drags every day. Drags because you think about that game. One of the hardest things about being a gamer is waiting for games to come out. I mean, I know it's not all the time that you get these huge delays like Final Fantasy 15 was in The Last Guardian, but even like a year, even like a 2 years, that's like a long time to wait when you're a gamer that's highly anticipating the game. And this has definitely been one of them. So I'm looking forward to that one. Another one I'm really looking forward to is Tacoma. That game looks really interesting. And then I have a lot of stuff written down as far as releases about the Switch. But I'm going to leave that for another video. I'm going to completely skip the Nintendo Switch. Because we don't really know too much about that yet. They're going to have a reveal and a press conference and all your questions answered in January. So we'll know more about the launch lineup. But you definitely got Switch games that'll be coming out next year too. So that's going to be a whole other thing. Like, I have, Breath of the Wild, Zelda, I have the new Mario, I have Skyrim. So we definitely have that coming to the Switch. And I just heard recently that there's like a Dark Souls trilogy coming to it. So that'll be another video. Quake Champions, which will be a PC-only game as of right now. I'm a huge first-person shooter fan back on the PC days. And Quake is just a must-play. Quake and Unreal Tournament took up like my whole childhood. Horizon Zero Dawn, which I have pre-ordered already, coming out in February. Enough said about that game too, man. Guerrilla Games, I mean, that game is going to be a beast. That game is going to be so hard to beat. I mean, of course, we haven't played it yet, but if it's anything like what I've been seeing or hearing, man, that game is going to be awesome. And I have no doubts that that company can't pull out a masterpiece. Injustice Gods Among Us 2. Probably, for me personally, one of my most anticipated games of next year because I love fighting games. I love Ed Boon. And I absolutely loved the first Injustice Gods Among Us. I mean, I think they're just calling it Injustice 2. I think the roster is going to be really good. I think they're going to learn a lot from, what fans asked for in the first one, and I think this is going to be a great game. Again, the first one blew my mind, so I think this game is going to be incredible. Tekken 7. And also, I think I heard that there's some kind of like a VR mode for it, too. I love my fighting games, so Tekken 7 is going to be awesome. Resident Evil 7. Woohoo! I will be playing it in VR. I absolutely have been loving the demos. I mean, my God, Resident Evil 7 looks incredible. I'm super, super pumped for this game, and I think that this game is going to kick off 2017 in January. Now, here are two games that are probably number one, highly anticipated on this entire list, but the problem is I put question marks on them because I don't think they're coming out next year. I don't know for sure, but I don't think so. I would be highly, highly surprised if they do. It's God of War 4 and it's Days Gone. If you don't know about these games, go check out the reveals you're going to know about God of War, but go check out the reveals and the gameplay footage at E3 this year. They're absolutely incredible. Days Gone went from here on my radar to here, where this happens a lot. This is like my all-time most anticipated game. Days Gone looks like this could be an incredible masterpiece if it turns out right. For Honor, which looks like I played the beta and the alpha. That game looks awesome. That's actually coming out Valentine's Day. Again, we don't know anything about this game or when it's coming out, but Death Stranding. Yooka-Laylee, another one that I'm highly anticipating. Here's an interesting one. Farpoint comes with the gun package. The guy at GameStop was telling me about this. It's a game that's coming out for PlayStation VR. I guess it's going to be released as a physical copy that you can go and buy, and it actually comes with a gun. This game looks sick. This may be one of the best VR games. Ni no Kuni 2, Revenant Kingdom. Absolutely looking forward to that. I absolutely loved the first one, and I would like the first one to come out on PlayStation 4, to be honest. I'm wondering if, like, when that one comes out, if they could throw in the remastered first one with it. That would be awesome. Crash Bandicoot Collection, Insane Trilogy. We just heard more about that at PlayStation Experience. I can't wait for that. Love Crash. We Happy Few. That game looks really cool. I played the developer program edition of it. Neo, which I've played probably every demo of that this year, beta. Neo is absolutely insane. It's very similar to Dark Souls. Gran Turismo Sport. Here's one that actually I thought was forgotten about, and then it recently got talked about again during PlayStation Experience. It was mentioned briefly. Whatever happened to Edith Finch? Or no, What Remains of Edith Finch? That game looks stunning, and it looks like it's coming out next year. Another game that I'm looking forward to next year is Pikmin on the 3DS and Woolly World on the 3DS. Two of my favorite games. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Persona 5. I have Cuphead, which I don't know if you guys know about Cuphead, but I thought it was coming out this year. I guess it's not. It would have come out already, I'm sure. But Cuphead is a... I like to describe it as like Felix the Cat, like old school cartoons. You got to check it out. You got to check out Cuphead. I heard the game is really hard. It looks absolutely artistically stunning. It's definitely got that old school character cartoon look. Very unique. Shovel Knight, Spectre of Torment, which we just found out about at PSX, so that looks cool. Uncharted, The Lost Legacy. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, again, another, it's going to be the year of the, so this year was the year of the shooter. I think next year is the year of the fighter. Wipeout Omega Collection, a remastered collection of the older Wipeout games. Love Wipeout. Knack 2. Starblood Arena, which is going to be a PlayStation 4 VR game that looks really cool. And here's one, but this is another one that I don't think is next year. The Last of Us Part 2, which if it was, forget everything else that comes out next year. I don't really give a shit. It's all about The Last of Us, sorry. But that's definitely not coming out. I think they even said like early to mid 2018. I don't remember exactly. But whatever. Point is that I am super excited for next year. I'm very happy with this year. This year was excellent in my opinion. A lot of people said it was underwhelming. I don't think so. We had the introduction to PlayStation VR and other VR headsets. Amazing indie games came out this year. Amazing AAA games. Amazing returning franchises. Some great remasters. I thought this year was excellent. Next year looks like it's even more incredible. So hopefully it is. And I hope you guys join me throughout 2017. Right here on Murray NJ08. Those are the games I'm looking forward to. Tell me in the comments what games you're looking forward to. And maybe if I missed any that you guys are anticipating. Take care, and I will see you again on the next year-end series Game Awards show.